Hi, my name is Cody Mellet, and not only do I have these physical scars, but my life has been covered with spiritual scars all over. I am 21 years old, and I have been living in Middelburg for about 19 years now. I went to school here, went to primary school, high school here. From primary school, I started getting bullied a lot, and the bullying got to such an extent that I just got so shy, and my self-esteem just diminished instantly. And I didn't think a lot about myself, and was always afraid of what people would think of me. And due to all those things, I ended up starting to self-harm myself from a very young age in various ways without actually knowing. It became such a habit to me that I didn't see it as self-harm. High school, started making a few more friends, started becoming a little bit more social. But in high school, I started succumbing to a lot of peer pressure. In grade 9, that is when one of my friends introduced me to pornography. And I ended up getting addicted to that from grade 9 when I was 15 years old. And high school went on like that, and the addiction just got worse and worse as the years went on. And when I was in grade 12, I couldn't handle it anymore. I didn't want to carry on with this addiction. And I went into a depression. But God brought me out of that in a miraculous way. I remember one evening I was sitting in my bedroom, busy listening to music, and put my phone on shuffle. And the first song that came on was the song called One Thing Remains by Jesus Culture. And I listened to that song, and once I was listening to that song, I walked up and down my room just speaking to God, when instantly my whole heart just went on fire. My whole heart just started burning and my chest was on fire. But it wasn't painful, it was a warmth. It felt like someone was hugging my heart. And I started getting flooded with thoughts of mission work, of outreach, and that's what God was telling me, that's what I'm going to do. But while I was in matric, I met a girl that lived in Cape Town, and we started chatting and we started building a friendship. And at the end of matric, I went to go meet her for the first time. And when I met her, I knew that yes, this is an awesome girl, I'd like to date her. And during 2015, which was my first year out of school, I started dating her. And at the end of 2015, she decided that the long-distance relationship wasn't working for her, so she decided to call it quits. And that broke my heart instantly, because she was my first girlfriend. At the beginning of 2016, it's as if all the emotions I've been bottling up since I was a child in primary school up until that point just crashed down on top of me. And I self-harmed to the point where I started cutting my arms, and it became a year-long depression. And I was taken to psychiatric hospitals to get myself sorted out and to find out what was going on. And this ended up resulting in me being diagnosed with OCD and an anxiety disorder, and as well as with depression. And so being diagnosed with that, it made me feel like I'm worthless, because now I've got a mental illness. Now people are going to see me differently. People are going to think of me as weird and crazy, and I didn't want people to think of me that way. And so cutting myself, and I ended up wanting to commit suicide at times, and I didn't know what to do. The OCD got a bit worse, and it ended up resulting in my thoughts becoming wangled, and I just couldn't control the thoughts I get. And it made me afraid of what I was capable of. So I went to the psychiatric hospital again to see what would happen. And immediately after that, it was as if God spoke to me and said, "You've got to go to church. I've got to go to church." So I came to Shielding Heights for that first Sunday. And I decided, I'm enjoying it quite a lot. I want to come to the youth service as well, the 5:10 service. So I came, I met Duarte, I sat in the service, worshipped, and at the end of the night, I decided I wanted to leave. But before I could leave, Duarte stopped me and decided to pray for me. And what he prayed for opened a massive door in my spirit. And immediately after that happened, 2 days after that, I got my contract terminated from the school where I was working, and that broke my heart. And because I really enjoyed what I was doing, and I thought now people are discriminating against me. But God spoke to me and said, Cody, this is what I want for you. I want you to start walking in your calling. I'm making your path straight. And for that amount of time, while I was sitting without a job in May, I was going closer to God than I've ever grown before. There was a hunger for Him that I just couldn't explain. I just wanted to get closer to Him in so many ways. And that's resulted in me becoming a student here at Shielding Heights Ministries and just working amongst the people here and just starting to learn about God more and start growing in my calling. And to see where I came from till today, God has pulled me out of so many things, and literally all those addictions that I was addicted to were cut off from this year. They were cut off literally. It's as if God broke all those chains in one blow.